Hello, I'm Declan Curry and welcome to this brand new business channel where we'll meet and talk to industry leaders about how they've successfully navigated the turbulent waters of recent times. This is Spotlight. The online relationship between organisations and consumers has undergone sweeping changes in the last 3 years. More than at any other time, communities, clients and customers are exercising their power to choose the way that they engage with your organisation. Organisations risk missing out on the conversation and on generating revenue unless they recognise this change to the marketing and quickly. Volume Innovate is an agency that is sitting pretty at the sharp edge of this new digital world. Lindsay Barron is its chief executive and is with me. Lindsay, welcome to Spotlight. Just tell us a little bit about your organisation and what it does.
Volume Innovate is a digital marketing agency with technology at its core. We're actually part of a larger group, Volume Group Limited, that has been trading now for 20 years plus. Our job really is to support our clients in getting information, content, news about their brand and products to their end user and their customer.
And you've got 20 years of experience in this. You must have seen a lot of change in that time.
You just take the last 20, 30 years as an example, from the introduction of social media and how it's used today, all the way through to the pandemic quite recently, where direct mailing and that wouldn't necessarily be used. And if you think about where your customers were originally, newspapers used to be an effective means of communication for advertising and marketing, all the way through to mainstream TV and Saturday night prime spots. The way we market and the way we communicate with our customers has to change with that and how they consume the content.
And what is it about your business that's different? It's the importance of storytelling, isn't it? Tell me more about that.
Yes. Storytelling is a huge part of our industry. We're human beings. Homo sapiens were successful because of our ability to tell stories and our ability to socialise. In digital marketing in particular, the medium is digital, but the storytelling element has to be at the very core of what we do. And really that gives you the utility for any solution that you then put out there into the market.
And I have a note here about immersive consumer experiences.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Yes. So the way that a consumer absorbs content, they have a lot of information given them all the time. Think about in your day, just getting here, how much information has been presented to you subconsciously, unconsciously, passively, indirectly. And how do brands break through that? And how do they make their content the one that sticks out for you? What we do is we look at how that audience member, how that customer needs to absorb that information. By creating an immersive experience, it makes it engaging, it makes it more familiar with how we consume content right now, and that allows us to be able to break through and kind of push that content above the parapet a little bit, because there is so much out there. Innovation
is the lifeblood for any small business. You're in an industry that has seen, as we've discussed, has seen an extraordinary amount of change in recent time. Talk to me a little more about the innovation in your business, how you've adapted.
Yeah, as a SME, we always have to adapt, adjust, reassess. But really, from my perspective, innovation is about being brave enough to try something new, to look at the art of the possible. And that's the really interesting thing about SMEs. And although it's a difficult market sometimes to trade in, it allows you to have the agility and the flexibility to try new things. You know, I have a great team, a great intelligent team behind me who know their stuff. And I trust them to work collaboratively, effectively, and give them the freedom to take risk and be there to support them if they fail.
Looking at what the business has achieved in recent years, looking at where we are with the economy and the business climate nowadays, as someone running a successful business, what's the one bit of advice you could pass on?
Again, it goes back to the team that you have trust in your team, be willing to change and willing to adapt, and be willing to acknowledge mistakes, learn from those and move on. And I think that for me is really important. Similarly as well though, from the marketing side, we are all feeling the pinch All businesses are having to look at their budgets, look at their finances, and marketing is one of those areas that tends to, on the cuts, it's one of those things that usually goes first. So my recommendation is always to start thinking about what is the purpose of this? What are we trying to achieve? What are the objects and goals of that? And then using that, you're able to be smarter with your budget, more targeted in your approach, and therefore more economical in your marketing.
Lindsay Barron, really insightful. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us, and thank you for joining us on Spotlight.